Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the Frazzlog. Today's, it's October 14th, I think, or some shit. I'm outside the mall waiting for my baby to maybe make an escape run. She's working now at a store in the mall, and it sucks. But it's good, but it sucks, so there's that. So now I find myself with a amount of time that is no longer spent cuddling or just, chilling out at the house. It's just trying to figure out, ways to surprise my babe, just do shit like that, pondering moments. So, I'm thinking Metal Gear Solid. Finally beat it. Finally fucking beat it. 100 hours or something I think I had logged into it, which, don't get me wrong, a lot of that was just sitting in the menu or whatever, but still, it took me probably at least over 40 hours to get to where I was at, which was, I think I had over 50 of the side ops done. I did all 50 of the story missions. I did quite a bit of shit. Did a couple online matches. Now that MGO online is out. MGO, yeah. I don't know. So I feel like I've spent quite a bit of time with the game. This is, I guess, I'll do another video about my thoughts about the game, with my fiance or whatever. But this video is specifically about this is a very spoiler video. I'm not jumping right into spoilers right now, but I'm just saying there will be spoilers coming in here soon. But for now, I'm just talking about the backlash the community has had in the past four weeks, I'd say. The game came out. It took probably people 2 weeks for them to fully get to the ending and start evaluating it and shit. But for me personally, it took me a month, so I've seen a lot more of the outclash and outlash and. So, game comes out, everyone's loving it, 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, all this shit, insanely high scores. Game's beautiful, all I'm seeing is praises. And just like a lot of other games that come out, I get it same day, everyone else gets it day one, we're all on Facebook, everyone's posting oh fuck yeah dude, here's a meme of this funny ass joke that happens, the amount of meme culture for this fucking game is ridiculous, it's fucking awesome. There's just so many pages on Facebook that are posting funny ass pictures and shit. I love it. But those first 2 weeks are fucking magical. I took 3 days off of work just to play the game. I loved it. I played the shit out of it. I shortly went on a vacation after that, so I didn't really get to beat the game in September when it came out. So I wasn't able to really beat it yet. However, now that I have beaten it, I've seen all the fan pages that I've been following, their inevitable blow up from saying oh fuck yeah, this game's amazing, here's 20,000 memes a day, to here's 20,000 memes about how much we hate the ending, how much we hate the direction of this game, shit like that. So, seeing all of these people, no one spoiled the ending to me, I had no idea what was going to happen, no one, me and my fiance, we had no idea this was happening. So, we get to the ending, and, I guess let's recount my experience with the game. Game's pretty fucking good up until I'd say mission 20s or so. Once they start introducing this parasite shit, once they start introducing this vocal parasite strain in people's necks or whatever, throat parasites that are trained to basically kill anybody that speaks a certain language. That was the moment where I was this is very non-Metal Gear, this is kind of weird, this is, a really weird plot device. This is the terrorist's big move, is, don't get me wrong, it's no better than, let's build a big robot to shoot nukes off, it's all ridiculous shit, but, here's this very elaborate vocal cord strain, there's only 3 of these bad boys, or whatever, there's 3 vials of this parasite, I didn't give a single fuck about that. I feel there was way too many weird connections, between the man on fire, the gas mask child, the third child or whatever, Skullface. I feel all those 3 main villains right there, they don't really finish Snake off when they have the chance. They don't really confront him very often. I just feel they're not villainy. A lot of games do that, where the villains will be confronting the main character. They don't finish him off or anything, but it's what the fuck are the villains even trying to achieve? You're trying to complete your objective, but you're not committed to it. If you're committed to your objective, you should be getting rid of the person who's trying to stop your objective. Not just say, guess what, you're fucked, goodbye. Because that means you're fully confident your plan's going to work out or whatever. but you're not like committed to it. It's weird. So right around the parasite part of the game, it starts kind of like slowing down a little bit. You're kind of like, well, what the fuck? But then you start doing these side ops and shit that lead you to like really cool cutscenes, like fuck. There's so many cutscenes, like with Quiet and you know, just like Snake finding these slave children or whatever in a cave, and like there's so many like cool moments like in these cutscenes where like even the big boss is like one of the biggest murderers in the world and like one of the most terrible men in the world, like you feel good about this guy. You like what he's doing and stuff, and like he gets some emotional moments in this game. It's really cool. But at the same time though, then you go back to the main story and it's just like, Snake, you gotta go into space and get 6 of these prisoners and then make sure you get out of there. By the way, this mission's gonna take about 30 minutes and you probably won't get a cutscene. So once you beat like, I'd say once you beat mission 30, that's when the game completely like takes a weird direction. They end the game, chapter 1 ends, chapter 2 begins. However, they show you a preview of what's to come in chapter 2. And they basically say everything that happens, like, oh my god, Eli is going to get into a Metal Gear. Guess what? Also, there's going to be another vocal strain and parasite attack. Also, there's also going to be Snake, like, burning his comrades for some weird reason. Like, they show you basically everything that's going to happen and shit. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, now we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Like, had they not shown that, like, that preview there, and they just said, like, next time on chapter 2 or whatever, and then chapter 2 begins, like let's say, like, next time on chapter 2, it shows, like, a black screen, but you hear, like, dialogue, like, from the events happening, like, you hear Huey getting tortured again, you hear Quiet getting tortured, you hear the code talker saying, like, stuff or whatever, like, you hear their dialogue, but you don't see what's happening. They could have easily just transitioned into the, now you're on chapter 2 screen. Instead, they didn't do that. It fucked with everyone, pissed me off. It didn't piss me off. It just kind of, it's frustrating to see, because in my head, there were so many ways they could have ended this game perfectly. And don't get me wrong, I still think the ending's beautiful. Like, I don't even want to say the plot twist. I'm just going to say there's a plot twist. We'll leave it at that. I didn't see it coming. I don't know how many people actually saw it coming. It kind of, I don't know. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But it's good, though. Yeah. Dump truck's gone now. So, what was I saying? So you get to this part in the story. Or did I finish that? I'm not gonna ruin the plot twist. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I'll just say they could have ended this game a lot differently. Like, I was expecting full, like, culminations of everything. I wanted Huey to be explained perfectly. They do touch more on Huey, but I feel like they also ruin Huey a little bit. So, it's just kind of dumb. I really expected a lot more out of Huey. There's like mad people walking around in my car now. Mad fishy. Yeah, so like, there were so many like plot holes and plot weird moments, like Huey, for example. Huey essentially betrays the group, and then they're like, Huey, why'd you betray us? And he's still like defending, like, I didn't do it. Then you guys start interrogating him. Then he's like, okay, I did do it, but I didn't mean ill intentions. And then they're like, oh no, wait, no, you did mean ill intentions, but you still like did this stuff and this stuff. Then he starts denying more stuff, and then he starts adding more stuff. No, I didn't kill this person. Oh, but they killed themselves. No, you really did kill them. But like there's so many things they bring back to this game that I don't feel like they needed to. Like, it's cool that they explain more about Dr. Strangelove. Like, oh, that was actually Otacon's mom. Oh, that's cool. She was actually helping build like the AI pod of the Patriot, and all this shit, and then it's like, well, I get you have to get her out of the story, but like Huey killed her? Like, okay, oh, Liquid Snake's in this game, but guess what? He's not really gonna do much in this game. He's just kinda angsty teenagers around. He wants to get the fuck off Mother Base, but you don't want him to leave Mother Base. Guess he's just gonna end up killing people and taking more children off of the base. Like, it's kinda weird the way they do all this shit. I mean, honestly, I was expecting, like, fuck yeah, we're gonna go into this game. Everyone's mad. Miller is pissed off. He's gonna be so pissed. We're gonna build the biggest fucking Metal Gear I've ever made. Skullface is an evil terrorist bastard. We're gonna take him out. We're gonna get some more Major Zero news. We're gonna get some more, maybe possible Solid Snake news. And I'll give them credit. They do start to talk a little more about the Terrible Children project and all that shit. So that's really cool. But honestly, the best parts of this game are the beginning, when you're waking up from the coma and escaping the hospital. The final mission of the game, not replaying. Basically what happens is you have to go and replay the first mission. That I'll get to that in a minute. But you basically have to replay the very first mission in the game, and then you get to see it from a different angle, and then all of a sudden, plot twist, you're fucking blown. Which is really cool. And then you also have the random cutscenes that are spread out through missions that sometimes play when you go back to Mother Base, sometimes they don't play when you go back to Mother Base, sometimes they play after a mission, sometimes you could do a side mission and it'll still play it. The cutscenes in this game are fucking awesome. There could have been a lot more and I would have loved it. But it didn't, so I mean, I'm not going to be pissed off about it. They're trying to appeal to the mainstream a little more with this title, and that's okay. But my main gripe with this fucking game, so like I said before, Mission 30 is kind of like the end of the game. After Mission 30, that's when they start making you do side missions that unlock more main missions. They make you start doing the replaying of old missions. There's probably like 10 to 15 missions of the same mission just on hard mode, or you have no weapons, or you can't be seen. They add these random difficulty modes to these old missions that you've done before. And that to me is the biggest kick in the fucking cock, because I don't want to go break Code Talk. What's his name? Code Talker. I don't want to go break Code Talker out of his fucking mansion again, because that's a boring mission. I didn't like that mission. Sneaking past the skulls. Fuck that shit. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go and do my story mission. I want to get out of that story mission. I want to watch my cutscenes. I want to learn some new shit. One of my favorite cutscenes in the game is just the ending credits, because they show you a timeline of all the stuff that's happened, and it puts a lot of holes together, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome. The audio logs in this game are fucking cool. I like that shit. But my main point, I guess, of this entire video is, I don't like that everyone's saying that this game had a missing ending, or chapters of the game were missing. Don't get me wrong, like, it is, like, definitely rushed. You can tell it was definitely rushed near the end of the development of this game. But to say that, like, oh, well, Chapter 3 is missing from the game, this game wasn't a complete piece, I think that's kind of like a cop-out. Like, I want to feel that way too. Like, I feel like this game should have ended with Metal Gear 1 ended. It should have ended with Solid Snake coming to kill Big Boss. That should have been the ending of this game. That, as a fan, that could have been the possible conclusion to one of our favorite game series. That would have been perfect. I would have loved that ending. That would have made this game probably one of my favorite games of all time. If they had polished up the story a bit more and added in like a fucking amazing conclusion like that, like an epic conclusion, I think that would have been perfect. In its current piece, though, I think it's still like an insanely good game. It's easily one of the best Metal Gear Solid games. It's easily one of the best stealth games. It's easily one of the best stealth action games, whatever. Love that shit. It's fucking awesome. But I don't know. It's fucking wild. Yeah, all I can say is that plot twist was amazing. The game was good. Loved it. There's these 4 people that keep walking around the mall. It's really weird. I don't know what they're doing. I recognize one of them. But yeah, they were sitting on the sidewalk. Now they're getting back into their car that they had gotten out of another car a minute ago too. I don't know if they're just like going around stealing cars or something, or... It's kind of weird because they look like scumbags, but there's like a really pretty girl with them. I don't know. Alright, I gotta blast out of this parking lot. How long are we in? We're 15 minutes in. Let's make it a really long Frazzlog for my baby. Random question. How long did... I don't even see what that message was. Don't you hate it when somebody sends you a message and Facebook Messenger doesn't load the icon of the person so you have no idea who it is? I do. 1:30. Hey babe, I waited a half an hour for you. I think you're doing good. Driving in the parking lot, driving in the parking lot. That's the guy from GameStop. I hate that guy. He is a okay guy, but I don't like him that much. Honestly, most of the workers at GameStop kind of suck. But that's okay, because I don't work there. I work at a place that sells groceries. Metal Gear Solid 5. I heard that they're actually releasing more Metal Gear Online, so this isn't even the final version of Metal Gear Online, which I'm happy to hear. The way games are being developed now pisses me the fuck off. Like, Metal Gear Solid 5, let's make sure... I think what happened is they didn't give any of their workers vacation until the game came out, so they could push it ahead by 1 month. I remember hearing about that, which I think is a weird... At first I was like, oh wow, these guys are so devoted to work, but then I was thinking like, oh no, it's probably the publisher's decision because they wanted to fucking get this game out. That way all the Kojima news didn't fuck it over. Or give Kojima enough time to like come out and say something like, I don't really fully put my name behind this game or something. You know, I didn't want anything like that to happen. But I get where they're coming from. Go ahead. You're good. Fuck, my phone fell over. My phone fell over. It's okay. Just driving my car today. Gotta get my baby at 6 p.m. and get some gas too, because I'm about to be empty. I'm at 50 miles still empty. That sucks. That sucks. Lean back. Lean back. Yeah, so money sucks right now in the world. Pretty much, we've devised a budget, and I think we're sticking to it pretty well. For the past 2 weeks, we've barely spent any money. Sometimes it's hard, you know. You're an adult, you've got so much stress, you've got so much shit going on. You kind of want those short releases, like, hey, you know what, I want to go spend $4 on coffee a day, like. It sucks in a way that coffee's, like, between me and our coffee typically is, like, $4 to $6, whatever. Unless we go to Starbucks, in which case then it'll be about $8 or so. Same if we go to, like, a specialty shop. I live in Ithaca, New York, and they've got a place called like Ithaca Bakery and Ithaca Coffee Company, and they're pretty spiffy. And again, just like Starbucks, it's like $3 to $4 a drink, $3 to $5 a drink. So it's not an overly bad price or anything, but you know it's gonna put a small dent in your wallet and eventually make a big dent. But I think coffee is well worth it. Sometimes. I think for iced coffee it has to have light ice in it no matter what. Coffee should never have a full amount of ice in it. Unless maybe it's like some hardcore, powerful espresso or some shit. Then maybe. But normal iced coffee, like you go to McDonald's, you get a caramel iced coffee, light ice that shit. Don't skip on the ice. Get the light ice. You're not going to want to have, you know, 2.5 of a cup of fucking coffee. You're going to want to... With light ice, you get probably 3.5. You know, you get a good portion of coffee in there. You know, you get that ice, that's going to fucking weigh the coffee up. It's going to dilute it. And it's just not going to be that good of a coffee at the end of the day. Come the fuck on. It's a green light. That means go. Ho. Smack you in the throat. I don't know, man. I'm fucking just road driving with Frazzleberry. Going on a drive with Frazzleberry. I need to get a big old pickup truck and just make a new series called Picking Up and Going Out with Frazzleberry. I think that'd be a very popular series. I'm actually starting to get a throat ache. I hope it's not anything serious. That'd be bad. It's fucking hot out. I couldn't because I have a jacket. Jacket on, but I hope not. But we driving home. Probably gonna do some chores when I get home. Maybe play a game or two. Oh, I played Dead or Alive 5 for the first time last night. And guess what? I didn't like it. I'm so fucked up now, like, on games. Like, I started playing Dead or Alive 5. I really like Dead or Alive 4. I thought that was a really fun fighting game. A little complicated, but, you know, it was fun to beat the shit out of people up online. So I get Dead or Alive 5 from Gamefly. And my friend actually came to me and he's like, dude, Dead or Alive 5 is a free game. You just gotta pay for the characters. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Because I remember seeing on the marketplace that you could buy characters and stuff. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Why is this game being re-released on Xbox One without the characters? Why do you have to buy the characters? So I always thought that was kind of weird, but... So I put the Xbox One disc into the Xbox. Instantly starts downloading 35 items. It downloads all of the characters, downloads like a bunch of music packs, downloads the story mode, all of which are like 8 megabytes big. So I'm like, well, what the fuck's this shit? Like, it's really dumb. It turns out what I think happens is... The game's not free. Like, there is no free... I didn't see any free download. But what I saw was a $10 purchase that comes with, like, the base package, I think is what it was called. It was called, like, Dead or Alive 5 base core package or something like that. Core package. And it comes with, like, a bunch of the characters, but not all of them. So I think what happens is... All of these why is story mode 8 megabytes so is a character? Like, characters shouldn't be 8 megabytes also. They're all 8.8 megabytes. I'm thinking maybe with the disc, all it's got is like a couple of the main files, like the game install, and maybe all of the files are 8 megs, but to me that seems weird though, that an entire story mode of cutscenes is the same amount of data as one character. It seemed kind of funky to me. Even like the music folder was 8 megabytes. Like Dead or Alive 2 soundtrack was 8 megs. So I'm kind of confused to buy that. But so I started playing the game. Story mode sucks. It's fucking horrible. They localized it so there's like English dub over all the characters. All of the characters which are supposed to be from like specific countries have like horrible voices. Like Tina, who's like the American cowgirl, she sounds like a Southern girl now. What's his name? Not Kisuke, what the hell's his name? Fuck. I forget his name. The main ninja guy. Not Ninja Gaiden, but the other ninja guy. Fuck, what is his name? I can't remember. He's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, the guy who voices, like, Yosuke from Persona. He voices Luke from Tales of the Abyss. He voices Haseo from .hack.gu. He does a lot of voices. So, like, they completely went the mainstream route, just got a good dub cast, but still, like, I'd rather hear the game in its intended language. Like, these are characters that are all professional, like, assassins and professional, like, fucked up people, mercenaries and business people. So they know Japanese. Like, they've always, like, in the story for these games, they've always been able to talk to each other through their languages because they all know the languages or whatever. So, I don't know. It looks weird to hear, like, hey there, buddy, you're a good fighter. Let's go wrestle in a ring. And then you hear, like, the Japanese girl, okay, we'll fight our best. Like, I don't want to hear everything in English. I want to hear them in their language. Just subtitle that shit. I don't give a fuck. So I play the game online. It's okay. I have no desire to fucking learn movesets anymore. I have no desire to learn combos. I have no desire to learn, like, any of this shit. I basically button mashed the shit out of people, and then I'd taunt them whenever they're on the ground, and it was funny because they probably pissed them off. But now, Dead or Alive 5, man, I'm gonna gamefly that shit back to the fucking mailbox. It just wasn't that good. It's probably like an easy 400 gamer score, though. I got 200. I could see a lot more achievements I could get, but I don't want to play any more of that. I want to get to Bloodborne. Start playing that game. Start playing my PS4 finally. You know. I got cock teased the other day by GameStop, though. They sent an email saying, guess what? Your PSN Plus is about to run out. You better renew soon. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought my PSN Plus ran out months ago, like back in like early 2015. And so I was like, okay, let me go look into this. Go onto my PS4. Click here to sign up for PS Plus today. So GameStop like their email system is so far behind that they had no idea that I've been unsubscribed to PS Plus for this long. Also, last time I was at GameStop, like 4 months ago, they are like, hey, do you want to renew your Game Informer subscription? I was like, yeah, dude, completely. We'll resubscribe. It's only like $15. Yeah, so apparently they've been sending me the digital version of their fucking magazine for the past 4 months, so I haven't gotten a single new issue, and it pisses me off because I want to read the Dark Souls issue, and I want to read some of that stuff, catch up on that. So I gotta call customer support today and try to get that shit all squared away. I'm hoping because like the email said like, you haven't read this month's new Game Informer issue, click here to download the PDF file or whatever. I'm hoping that they know that I haven't downloaded that, so they can be like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it was a fuck up. Here you go. We'll backlog those last issues to you. I'm hoping that's what happened. Worst case scenario, that they're just going to move it back to a hardcover edition, and I basically get fucked over for those 4 issues, which sucks. But I'd rather have the hard issues than the digital issues. If I'm going to be on my tablet, I'm going to be reading something good. Some nice doujinshi or something. I don't want to be fucking reading no fucking Game Informer on my tablet, you know. That's turn signal, schmuffin head. Is he turning left or right? Is he going straight? Might be going straight. I'll give him credit if he's going straight. I believe in a thing called love. I believe in a thing called love. Who's in my yard? I'ma run you down, sucker. Driving in my car. 40 miles till empty. 40 miles till empty. Fucking gas money, I hate it. Luckily today's payday. Oh yeah, do you also hate being fucked over by friends who owe you money? Like, fuck them. Bullshit. Also, I hate leaves. Why do you have to rake leaves? I've thought of 2 scenarios with leaves. There's only 2 there's 3, I guess, technically. You rake every day to get those new leaves out of your yard. It'll be fast, don't worry about it. Like, only so many leaves can drop a day. Then you have second scenario, which is don't rake your leaves until almost winter. And then you have the third scenario, which is where you don't touch your leaves at all, but then in spring you're going to have to rake them up again anyways. So, there's only really 3 scenarios. It sucks. Beep. Home alone again, it sucks. Oh, so it was Marina that messaged me. Let's see what little Marina said. Let's see. Can I read messages? She said, how long did it take you guys to play through Metal Gear Solid 5? I'll say, sub. Hey there, Melvin.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Yeah. Why, what's up? What are you doing? Nice. Probably gonna rake my yard or something.
What?
Probably gonna rake my yard or something.
Yeah, I can rake part of mine.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, rake them right off the road and leave right there like I did the tile.
I gotta go get Ange at 6.
Oh, she gets out at 6 tonight?
Yep.
How many days you working this week?
Every day that I'm working. She's on 5 days a week.
Oh, nice.
She just has Tuesday, Thursday off like I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's good money, but it sucks though because she doesn't want to work the full shift, and I don't want to have her work the full shift.
What?
I want her to only work like 4 or 5 hours a shift.
Right.
Well,
Fucking gotta work that much. That's all better for you guys. That's more money to pay bills.
Yeah, but then we don't get to hang out as much, which sucks.
You got your whole life gone.
Fuck life.
You got your next fucking 60, 80 years to fucking hang out.
Yeah.
So, now it's time, because once you get the trailer and shit paid off and stuff, then you guys can get back to when your bills will hardly be anything.
Exactly.
So,
The way it is now, we basically have about $200 a month to play with.
right? But with her working, now you're going to have what, an extra
It's only for a month, so probably an extra like 400.
Right. Well, then she can always go get a part-time job somewhere if she wants.
Yeah.
Oh.
But screw that. Only seeing her like 4 hours a day. Fuck that. It's bullshit.
My boy's in love.
Yep.
And 20 years down the road, you're like, oh, I'm glad she's working.
I don't know about that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about that.